Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to self-host Wiretrustee. If you would like to quickly get familiar with the system, we recommend checking out our Quick Start Guide. It will take less than 5 minutes to set up your secure private network using our managed version. Link is in the description. But let's get started with the self-hosted version. We will use the self-hosting guide that can be found on the introduction page of our documentation. First, the requirements. I will be using a regular Ubuntu server version 2004 hosted at Hetzner Cloud in Finland, but any machine with modern Linux would do. All the components of the system will be installed on this machine. I have pre-installed a Docker Compose service, and it is very important to have a public domain pointing to your server. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using test.wiretrustee.com. Next, I will make sure the required ports are open on the server by using UFW tool. Port 443 of the management dashboard, port 33071 of the management HTTP API, port 33073 of the management gRPC API, port 3478 of the Cortron service, port 10,000 of the Signal service. To open a port, simply type UFW allow and the port number. So let's start with the step-by-step guide. We will need an Auth0 account. I already have one, so I will just log in. If you don't have an account, you can create a free one. All the components of Wiretrustee can be self-hosted, except for the Auth0 service. We chose Auth0 to outsource the user management part of the platform. Next, on the server, I will clone the Wiretrustee repository. Then, I will proceed to the infrastructure files folder. In order to continue, I need to fill some properties in the setup.env file. Let's see what are these properties. I can already fill the Wiretrustee domain property with test.wiretrustee.com, which is our domain. Wiretrustee Auth0 domain and Wiretrustee Auth0 client ID properties can be found in the admin panel of Auth0 service. Let's go to the application. Auth0 creates a default app. I'm going to be using this one. You can create a new one if you want. The basic information section displays domain and the client ID. Let's copy these properties. It is important that the application type is set to the single page application. This is because our dashboard is a single page application and is written with React. The type has to match. Next, I'm going to configure application URIs. I will set allowed callback URLs to https test.wiretrustee.com, which is our domain. The same value I'm going to use for the allowed logout URLs, allowed web origins, and allowed origin scores. Then I'm going to save the changes. The next property is Wiretrustee Auth0 audience. To fill it, we need to create a custom Auth0 API. But why do we need it? Wiretrustee dashboard uses management service HTTP API, and the access to it must be authorized. In essence, the dashboard app generates JSON Web Token. It's an access token that is passed with each request to management API, and then is being verified. Let's go to the API section. I will hit the Create API button. I will name our new API Management API, and I will set identifier to https test.wiretrustee.com. This value we can use as Wiretrustee Auth0 audience. Let's copy it to our environment file. The last one is Wiretrustee Let's Encrypt email. You can set it to your email address. I will use dev@wiretrustee.com. Let's save the file. Now we are ready to run the configure script. The script will generate the Docker Compose YAML and management JSON. I can now run the Docker Compose command. It will take a while. Let's test our setup now. First, I'm going to check the logs of our dashboard. As you can see, the certificate has been successfully generated and the dashboard is available under https://test.wiretrustee.com. Let's follow this link. You are now presented with a login screen, which means the setup was successful. Let's create a new account. I will use hello@wiretrustee.com email address. You can use any email address. I will also generate a secure password and hit continue. Here we go. Here's our dashboard with an empty peer list, and to further validate the system, I will add a new peer. I will use the same server that I used to set up the management API, just for simplicity. Let's go to the Add Peer tab, select a default key, and proceed with installation steps. I will be installing the Wiretrustee client application now. And I will alter the login command with a new property, management URL, specifying the location of the management service, which is in our case test.wiretrustee.com. I will also specify a gRPC port. This is important because by default, if the management URL is not specified, the login command will use app.wiretrustee.com, which is our managed version. Let's log in and let's start the service. Let's go back to the peers list, and right now we can see a new peer, Wiretrustee demo, with a status connected. You can then add more peers. I will not do this right now. I hope this video was informative.